I now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation. President, Your Excellency, we are pleased to welcome you to the Security Council. First and foremost, I would like to echo the words of condolence that have been made to the United States on the occasion of the passing of the 41st President of the United States, George H.W. Bush. He served his country during the years of war and then also in high government office. Mr. Bush did a lot to consolidate Russian-American cooperation on questions of international security. President, we thank you for organizing today's meeting of the Security Council on post-conflict peacebuilding. We thank the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres for presenting his views and for his close attention to issues of peacebuilding. For many years, the UN's peacebuilding assistance has been an important instrument for providing assistance to states in overcoming the consequences of conflict. Countries going through the hot phase of crisis, as a rule, do not have sufficient human and institutional resources to resolve the whole panoply of problems in security, law and order, socio-economic development, and other weighty issues. For this reason, they may need international assistance. At this sensitive stage, the main objectives are consolidating national reconciliation and re-establishing safe living conditions for the whole population of the country. This is a defining condition for preventing a relapse into armed conflict, and it also ensures transition to sustainable development. President, many questions of early peacebuilding are included in the mandates of UN peacekeeping operations. In fulfilling their main task to assist in advancing political processes, peacekeepers make an important contribution to establishing the initial conditions for fully fledged recovery. Having said that, it's important to understand that peacebuilding is undertaken at a national level. It's not a short list of tasks, but rather a long path which begins before the drawdown of a UN mission, continues after it, and continues until the successful achievement of all the objectives. In this, it is different from international peacebuilding assistance, which is necessary only until the host country has achieved self-sufficiency. In other words, the ability to exist without close support from the international community. President, as practice shows, assistance provided during a conflict is not always effective because sometimes its positive results cannot be consolidated. And if there is a relapse into conflict, these processes have to be started from scratch. Thus, international peacebuilding can only achieve results when it's accompanied by sustainable reconciliation and a political process. Without question, the main responsibility for defining and driving peacebuilding strategies belongs to governments. However, shared responsibility for peace needs to be recognized by all national stakeholders. It is difficult to provide effective post-conflict recovery and all the more development without a constructive contribution from all segments of society. With regard to international support, it should be based on the fundamentals of Resolutions 1645 and 2282 of the Security Council. These set the basic principles of peacebuilding, namely consent from the host country, respect for its sovereignty and its political independence, and also recognition of national ownership and leadership. Of course, international peacebuilding assistance should aim to increase national potential and to strengthen the self-sufficiency of the host country, but not to replace its functions. With regard to the UN's work in peacebuilding, here it's important, while consolidating internal coordination, not to forget about the division of labour according to the different mandates held by the various subsections of the Secretariat. When developing programs for peacebuilding assistance, it's important to bear in mind that each country's situation is unique. Each has different reasons for having been in such a situation, and there cannot be a one-size-fits-all approach. Any option for peacebuilding assistance should receive the support of the host country. Otherwise, there is simply a risk of exacerbating the problems that already exist. President, the key role for coordinating peacebuilding assistance falls to the UN's Peacebuilding Commission. The potential of this intergovernmental advisory body hasn't been fully realized. In particular, the Security Council would find it useful to know about national peacebuilding priorities of different states that are on the agenda of both organs. The transmission of this information and the unanimous advice of the Commission might usefully supplement the reports of the Secretary-General without doubling them. This would be particularly useful during the period of transition from peacekeeping to peacebuilding, or when the Council is reviewing missions to try and increase their cost efficiency. With regard to financing for UN peacebuilding assistance, then increasing predictability would of course not go amiss. We think that stimulating member states to providing voluntary contributions would be best achieved through the appropriate transparency and accountability in making use of the resources provided. In conclusion, I wish to underscore that we are convinced that only an impartial and transparent approach to peacebuilding and to sustaining peace can help increase the effectiveness of work in this area. It is important that this help is provided supporting the efforts of the host country itself without imposing any ready solutions and any unnecessary mentoring. The main mission of peacebuilding is to help states to stand up as quickly as possible and to deal with sustainable development on their own 2 feet. Thank you very much. I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for his statement.